What if a weight loss medication didn't just help people lose weight, but also significantly reduced fat in the liver and improved early signs of liver disease in under a year? A newly published clinical trial on an investigational drug called Survodutide is getting a lot of attention for exactly that, and the results go beyond the scale. This study was published in Nature Medicine and involved more than 200 adults with overweight or obesity who were also diagnosed with metabolic dysfunction-associated steatotic liver disease, or MASLD. Just to put that in perspective, MASLD is extremely common. Roughly 1 in 3 adults worldwide are estimated to have it. And it's not just fatty liver in the simple sense. Over time, fat buildup in the liver can lead to inflammation, scarring, and eventually more serious diseases like cirrhosis or even liver failure. It's also strongly linked with cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes, which is why it's become such a major focus in metabolic research. In this phase 3 clinical trial, participants received once-weekly injections of Survodutide for 48 weeks. Survodutide is still investigational, meaning it is not approved yet, but it's part of a newer class of metabolic drugs being studied for both obesity and liver disease. What makes it different is that it's a dual agonist. It targets GLP-1 receptors, which help regulate appetite and blood sugar, and glucagon receptors, which may increase fat burning, particularly in the liver. So instead of working on just one pathway, it's essentially working on 2 metabolic dials at the same time. Here's where things get interesting. After 48 weeks, 84% of participants on Survodutide reduced liver fat by at least 30%, compared to 24% on a placebo. 61% achieved normal liver fat levels compared to just about 5.7% in the placebo group. And on average, participants lost about 12% of their body weight compared to only 1% in that placebo group. Researchers also saw improvement in markers tied to cardiovascular risk and liver injury. These are important because they're directly linked to disease progression in MASLD, especially scarring over time. One of the most important takeaways from this research is that it suggests something beyond weight loss alone. We are starting to see medications that may reduce liver fat, improve inflammation, and potentially slow or prevent progression of liver disease. And that matters because MASLD is one of the leading causes of chronic liver disease worldwide. Right now in the US, only a couple of medications are approved for it, including resmetirom and Wegovy. So any new potential option is significant. Survodutide is designed to work in 2 ways. First, like other GLP-1 medications, it helps reduce appetite and increase fullness. Second, through its glucagon activity, it may increase energy expenditure and help the body burn fat, especially in the liver. That combination is why researchers are describing it as a dual agonist, with potential metabolic benefits beyond weight loss alone. And like other medications in this class, the most common side effects seen in trials were, take a guess, gastrointestinal. Of course they were. Nausea, diarrhea, constipation, vomiting, and fatigue. In some studies, a portion of participants discontinued treatment due to the side effects, especially during dose increases. For anyone that is not familiar, in these studies, everybody has to do the same thing. So everyone has to titrate up whether they need it or not. And some people just can't tolerate that, which is completely understandable. In the real world, when you get to that point, you're not forced to titrate up. You can stop and stay where you are. An important thing that I want to remind everybody of here is that Survodutide is still in phase 3 trials. So no matter what you might see online, it is not FDA approved yet, and the availability is still out there in the future. So this is a promising science, but it is not a current treatment option. What's interesting about studies like this is where the field is heading. We are no longer just looking at weight loss as a number on the scale. Thankfully, we are getting past this. We are starting to look at liver health, cardiovascular risk, metabolic disease progression, and long-term organ protection. And that's really the shift that's happening across GLP-1 and dual agonist research right now. And of course, I will be following this research as more phase 3 data comes out, especially as we learn whether these liver improvements hold up long term and how this compares to existing GLP-1 medications. If you found this video to be helpful, make sure that you like and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video.